to Little Workroom Crafts. My name is Davina and I live in the southeast coast of the UK. Today is Monday the 9th of June 2025 and this is episode number 218 and I've got a visitor. Say hello, Elmy. Hello. Go on then, you know you're going to want to knock everything off like you normally do. And Elmy's come to say hello. Oh dear me, this is going to be a good day, you know. Okay then, right then. So anyway, you can find me is down in the description box, and anything I mentioned today is also down in the description box. First of all, I'd like to apologise for the state of the hair. I tried my best. But the thing is that next time you see me, I'll have it trimmed. But it's only been 4 weeks, but my gosh, I've had a spurt of hair growth. Yeah, hello, darling. Yes. So yeah, I really have. So yeah, next time you see me, I will be nice and short. So there we go. He's had his morning nap. And as you see, he's up and wanting cuddles. Oh, he's in a clingy mood today. Right then, okay. So first of all, did I say anywhere? Yeah, I did. Right then, first of all, it has been an amazing week. Oh, amazing week crafting. On Thursday, I went round and spent the morning with Mishka, and because normally when we go out, we go to Costa and we always have our cinnamon buns because we love our cinnamon buns from Costa. And so I thought on the way round, I've got a bit of time. So I went down and got a takeaway thing of 2 cinnamon buns. So we had our cinnamon buns round her. So if we couldn't go there, we were bringing them to us. And we had a lovely cup of teas and a good old chit chat and a catch up. And I see Viking, her dog, is absolutely beautiful. Oh my God. He is a dream. He really is. When I got home, obviously Elmy was where have you been, Mum? I can smell something. So yeah, he weren't too keen on that, but honestly Viking is just, oh, he's just a dream. He really is. And when he actually jumps up, he's taller than I am, this boy, and he's only still a bubby, you know what I mean? Oh dear me. But oh, he's amazing. He really is. So, hi Viking, because he sits and listens to Auntie Vina. Bless his heart. The tail was going again. There we are. You all right? That's a good boy. Right then, okay, so yeah, that was an amazing catch up. We both needed it, yeah, and we've had our normal little laughs. We put the worlds to right like we normally do. I did take my crochet round with me, but I showed her what I was doing, and that's as far as I got. So yeah. That's what we normally do, but at least we try, don't we? Oh gosh, oh gosh. Anyway, so while I was there, we were talking about sock knitting, and I was saying that I'd nearly finished my helical socks, and I'm thinking of doing some DK ones. And she said so was she. So anyway, we have been communicating since then, you know, messages. And I've printed off some free, you know how much we love that word on this channel, free patterns from Ravelry for DK socks. Now, so if I was you, I would actually pause me, go and get a pen and a bit of paper, and then come back, because I've got quite a bit of information to give you again this week. So yeah, that is going to be exciting. Oh damn, and I did forget to. How am I going to do that? Let me pause you. Hang on. Right back. I forgot to write down a price of something for you, so I'm back now. Right then. Okay. So, yes. So when it comes to the DK socks, so because I've managed to find a good, and I mean a good discounted yarn as well, which is obviously all available to everybody. Right then. So what have we got this week? I actually have a finishing knitting. Not a start yet because I'm waiting. I've got a finish in cross stitch, but I have started something. I do have a brand new cast on in crochet. I have 2 lovely nices, yeah, from 2 lovely people. and also the progress in the crochet of my little granny rounds. So I think, as I say, so there's a lot to talk about this week. Yes, there is. Oh my gosh. Right then, so we'll talk about that when I get to that. Right, okay, I'm trying, because I've got my little list here of all the info for you. Right, we'll start with the socks, actually. As you know, last week I started knitting for the first time. I'd never done this technique before, helical sock knitting, and I got the tutorial by Denise from Earth Tones Girl. Amazing, absolutely amazing tutorial. She does it with her own heel, which is the shadow wrap, which is what I've done, but she also does on the same video, she does it for a heel flap and gusset. So you've got two choices of heels there. She shows on both, and honestly, these were so much fun to make. And yes, I have a pair. I absolutely love them. I love the way they've turned out. I did go back to doing my, what's it called? My wedge toe. I ain't done one of them for ages because I ain't done one. I thought, well, I might as well do it. Something different. Keep it interested, doesn't it? So, yeah, I'm really, really happy. I would highly, highly recommend her tutorial. It really, really is fun. And it's thorough because she does it in real time. You know what I mean? So, oh, brilliant. I love these. Now I can wear them. Absolutely brilliant. So, right then, now we've started off on socks. This is what I was getting to. I haven't cast on a new pair yet, even though my little fingers are itching. So, but as I said, when I was with Mishka, we were talking about knitting DK socks, just to, you know, keep something, you know, an interest, isn't it? It's what it is. Like sometimes you can pop a pattern on if you get if you get bored of doing vanilla socks and so on. So we're going on to the weight yarn, different weight of yarn for socks, and I thought that'd be ideal because I've always knitted Glenn socks, for instance, in 4-ply, and when he actually is at work, he loves his socks. I will give him his due. He absolutely loves his socks. But when he like when he's at work and he has to wear his boots, especially in the winter, I think DK ones would be absolutely brilliant. So, right, let's put that there. That's for something else. So, anyway, I did some research, and then Mishka and I were messaging each other to try and find different DK patterns, because obviously, you know, you need different mat stitches and so on. So, first of all, I went down the pattern route, and I found a couple of 3 patterns, and then I've even got my needles ready, look. I know, that's how keen I am, but I'm waiting on the wool arriving. But then I went and did some research on DK sock yarn. I'm going to go into that in a moment to explain something. That wasn't easy, but I did in the end. So first of all, Mishka found this one and messaged it over. And then I thought, I'm sure I've got that in her book. So this is the Super Socks by Christine Perry. If it weren't through this book and this lady, I would not be knitting socks for the amount of years I've been doing it. I had been trying for so long before, and I couldn't get it. I couldn't get my head around it. I could not get it at all. Got this book. She's amazing. In this book, she shows you all in pictorials how to do it in Magic Loop, in DPNs. There you go. That's how I started with the mini circular. It's amazing. At the back of the book, and also on her website, and on her Ravelry, I should say, 6-ply. So I have Googled 6-ply, and 6-ply, apparently, according to Google, in the UK is a DK. So this is a basic 6-ply boot socks by Winwick Mum, Christine Perry. And so that is the picture. The only thing, oops, hang on. The only thing I will say, I have read through the pattern. She doesn't give sizes. She gives one size. Okay, that is my only problem with the Christine Perry one. So anyway, I started doing, as you know, I love my research. So I went on a Ravelry and I bought in 3 DK sock patterns. So, because we do like that word, don't we, free? And I found, and these are probably, this is going to be the one I'm going to follow. And this is from the Crazy Sock Lady. It's Litton. Yep, Litton. And it's got actually DK weight vanilla socks. 3 it is. And it actually has 3 sizes, small, medium and large. And you measure the circumference of the foot. I'm assuming it's the top, just underneath the toes, because I think that's like the widest part of your foot, isn't it, if I think about it. And then you have to go, what does she say? I read it somewhere. Negative ease. For DK, let's have a look. Here we go. Look, yeah. The sizes listed are based on the foot circumference and not the foot lengths, because obviously you can do your different lengths. I recommend choosing a size that will allow for 1 to 2 inches of negative ease to get the best fit, because with a sock you want it to, you know, to fit you tightly, doesn't it? You will knit the sock to the length that you need in order to fit. Now, I have a sock ruler, and I tell you what, they're brilliant. And I think what I'll do is when I actually get to that stage, I'm going to record me actually measuring, because I do a cuff down, I don't do a toe up, and I can still use my sock ruler. So I will do that for you. So this is, a free pattern. So this is what it looks like. I've done all my printing off this morning so I can show you. It's got 3 sizes. It looks brilliant, actually. It is a heel flap and gusset, which is brilliant. So, yep, I'm really, really happy with that. The next one I actually printed off, and I think this one has got 4 sizes, because I like the different variety. Actually, it's got 5 sizes, to be honest. Hey, even better. I like it when, you know, the work is done for you when it comes to the sizes, basically, and how much stitches you've got to cast on and so on. This is my honey Stevie Westie, and yet again a free pattern, and this is Scrappy DK socks. And if you notice, his heel flap is garter stitch. Now I was thinking I'm going to start off with one of these, and whatever I've got left over of yarns, I'll probably end up doing a pair of these as well. So you know what I mean, that's all, both patterns are going to be used. But yeah, so that's West Knits, Stephen West. It's got the Scrappy DK socks, and this is DK weight vanilla socks by Litton, and she is the Crazy Sock Lady. So that's 2 free patterns. Absolutely amazing. Yarn. Right. Now, everybody would think, oh, West Yorkshire Spinners DK sock yarn. Now, my issue with that, and Mishka and I were messaging each other about this, is I was always taught, read by Christine Perry and others, you know, you use a blend sock yarn of wool and nylon because it gives you a bit more strength and stability and wear in the sock. So I was looking everywhere for 75-25, which is what I normally use with my 4-plies. And the West Yorkshire Spinners DK, which they all say is sock yarn, is 100% wool. So I don't quite understand that. And that did put me off. So I kept searching and kept searching. And I come up with From Wool Warehouse, which at the moment, and are still on today, okay, so I'm letting you know, are still on today, and it's Drops Fiesta. It's a DK sock yarn, 50-gram balls, and it's 75-25, which is what we all love. It's down, I think it was at 40% off, down to £1.60 a ball, or was it 30% off, something like that. Anyway, it's down to £1.60 a ball. So what I've done is I've gone and done, I've got, how many balls did I get? I got enough for 3 pairs of socks. So I ordered 2 of it, because they've got beautiful variegateds. Honestly, absolutely stunning. So I got 3 lots of variegated, which is 2 50-gram balls. And then I brought a contrast plain to go with each, different ones. So I know I brought a red and a blue, and I think I brought a tealy colour. And I got one ball of that for the heel, toes and cuffs. So as I say, when I finished knitting those, I'm going to have enough yarn left over to do the Scrappies by Stephen West. So, but as I say, I don't know what this feels like at the moment. I have just gone for it, which I don't normally do. As you know, I normally like to, you know, have a bit more knowledge on these. Drops Fiesta, I must admit, I've not actually felt. I'm sure I haven't. But for £1.60 a ball, and you think it's still cheaper. Yeah, it's still cheaper buying like 3. So it's two 50s of a variegated or whatever, and one for heel, toes and cuffs. You probably won't need that. I won't need the heel, toes and cuffs. I can get a pair out of 2 balls, but I like the, you know, I like to boof them up a bit, don't I? And for those 3 balls, it's still cheaper for one, you know, 4-ply. So, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to this. I really am. And as Mishka and I was saying, it's nice to put a bit of change into your craft, isn't it? So, remember, 3 patterns, okay? Get your pens and write them down. 3 patterns, right? And Drops Fiesta on Wool Warehouse is down to £1.60 a ball for 50 grams. So, it's a win-win really, isn't it? So as soon as mine comes, it hasn't even been dispatched yet, but as soon as mine comes, and I'll cast on right away because I've even got my needles ready. And then I will show you next week the progress, because I have been told, obviously knitting with DK with his socks, they just fly off the needles. So I'm really looking forward to this. I really am. Okay then, so that's enough of knitting. And breathe. I get all excited, don't I? I do. Right then, okay, so let's go into our crochet next, shall we? Right, so as you know, have I brought it up? I have. As you know, I am doing the Laurie Holt from her tutorial on YouTube, the Granny Circle, and I've written it down on my piece of paper. And oh, I'm loving this. I am actually doing it, which the sale's finished now. I have checked on the Wool Warehouse Yarnsmith cotton. I do love this cotton. And oh, I tell you what I have done. So I've popped it all in here at the moment, how far I've got. But I have, and I'm going to put on top now while I'm talking, taken a video for you so you can see how far I've got. I've got quite a few of them done now, and I've started sewing them together. And oh, I'm just loving these. They are so much fun. They're easy to pick up. It's an easy pattern to memorize. It really is. And yeah, honestly, it's brilliant. I'm wondering whether to carry on and do a big blanket or just do a piece that will lay over the back of the couch, because I think those colours would look lovely on the couch. So I'll see how I go. I'll probably do that first, lay it on, and then see, well, do I like it? If not, I'll carry on. But honestly, this is so much fun. So it's the Laurie Holt tutorials for the Granny Circle, and honestly, it's brilliant. It really is brilliant. So I am enjoying picking that up. So, because obviously, as you know, my other blanket is in the naughty corner, and I would like to say a big thank you to everybody with advice on it. That was brilliant. And some of you that had actually mentioned what to do was actually really, I hadn't thought of. So I will eventually get it out of the naughty corner. I don't even know what corner I've popped it in now. I think I popped it in the cupboard. To be honest, that's how naughty it is. Oh dear me. So yeah, so it's gone now. For the moment, but I will be getting it out. I won't be giving up. So I thought, right, I've got my little granny circles and I need something else. So I got out my, here it is, which you all know I brought a little while ago, my Modern Granny Stitch Crochet book. Now, if you remember, it wasn't that one. When I got the book, it wasn't that one either. It was that one. It was. I cast on the ripple top, didn't I? Yeah, it was that. Yeah, sure it was. Yeah, the ripple top. Yeah, it was the ripple top. And I did the front, and I got all the way up to here on the front and ready to do these bits, and I'd done the size too big. It was way too big. So I frogged it. Put the yarn back. But I did have the yarn already to make. Let's get my page so I can show you the picture. There you go. To make the folk blouse. I love this. Absolutely love it. And I thought, well, you know, I've already got the yarn and I've got the pattern, so let's cast it on. So hang on, let me get my bits. So, oops, so in my crochet bag. And honestly, it's brilliant. I am actually doing it in the Kingcole Cotton Soft DK. I've got white, obviously, as my main. And do they give numbers or names? Oh, they give names. Okay. This is colour lavender. And this one is colour cloud. And I tell you what, that's brilliant. I am enjoying this. So let me get it the right way round. So I'm just going back and forth at the moment. So, oops. Let's get you like that. So yeah, that's the bit. And then I've got to go back and forth. There we go. So obviously, you know, I decided on the blue and the purple. So yeah, I really am enjoying doing this. The construction is very easy, actually. It really is. So yeah, I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. And with it being cotton, it's going to be ideal, isn't it? So I'll be plodding along with that and showing the progress of that over the weeks. So yes, I do love that book. There's so much in it. So, and I have gone down a size. So, and it does look all right when it comes to the size. So fingers crossed. This time it will be okay. Right then, okay, right. So that's the crochet. So next up we have pumpkin, of course. We have my crochet and my cross stitch. And as you know, I am doing the stitch cards, ain't I? And I'm using all my threads from my, let's turn that over because it's paid for, you're not allowed to see it. From my Home Bargains threads. Absolutely brilliant. I love them. Absolutely love them to bits. So I actually started, didn't I, last week, that one, which I've finished. And I did it on the, so this is a 16 count. And I did it on, oh my gosh, what's that called now? Oatmeal Ada. So there's that. And that's the original in the DMCs, and that's my version in my Home Bargains. So I'm really chuffed with that. And then I thought, you know what, I'm gonna boost it up a bit. So now I've started, where's my cards? I've started this one, and I'm doing it on a bigger piece of Ada. So that's the actual stitch card. I'm using the same colours. Oh, I've only just done a bit, honestly. But I'm using this peachy. It is a peachy pinky Ada. And as you see, it's a 14 count. So let's explain, just in case people don't know what it is. So 16 count basically means there's 16 crosses to an inch. So it's smaller, okay? A 14 count, which is the most popular one people use, I will say. See the difference? So there's 14 stitches to the inch on that one and 16 to that one. So this one is going to be bigger. But it doesn't matter to me because, as I said, I'm going to make them into little cushions and hang them on my mug tree. So, you know what I mean? I don't want all the same background of Ada's and that. I really don't. So, but this gifted to me by the lovely Pauline. Hi! And hi, Bruce! Elmy says hi! Number one! And she sent me, oh my gosh, a bag of some beautiful Adas. And there's another piece of that, this lilac. I can't wait to stitch on that. And there was loads of other colours, so I'm going to be doing some on that. There's some blues. I'm going to do them all on different colour Adas, and why not? It's got to look fun. And so this is a peachy pink. It doesn't really show up, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm loving these. I really am. So, and I'm really enjoying doing it. So it's good fun. So yes, that's the one I'm doing now. So hopefully I have that one done, so I can show you. And then I'll start the next one. But as I say, I've got my Ada and everything all in here. So it looks like I've already chosen I'm going to do the next one on the purple. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm really enjoying that. So let's put that there. Right then, okay. Let's put that there. This is here. Right, so that's all the crafting. But I think I've done loads, haven't I? I will say, we're changing it up a bit now. We're going into baking, okay? Now, I know a lot of you actually have sourdough, okay? You know what I'm like with my starter. I love my starter. In fact, last week, he was in and out like a yo-yo. He was used so much last week. And this time of year, especially in the UK, is amazing because he just bubbles away. It's brilliant. But, like when it comes to my crafting... I don't like wasting things. I really don't like wasting things. And my discard is the same. You know, a lot of these recipes will say, you know, when it comes to discard, you take out this sourdough, feed him, have him all bubbled up and everything, and then you bake. But that discard, a lot of people will throw away. And I can't do it. I really can't do it. So anyway, I baked some rolls because Glenn said, how do you fancy burgers? We haven't had burgers, hamburgers in ages. I said, oh yeah, that'd be lovely. I said, I'll see if I could do some rolls. Well, anyway, he actually found a recipe, and that was like getting rid of your discard. Oh. So I had to throw away a piece of my sourdough, and then, you know, you feed him, and then a couple of hours later when he's bubbling up, you follow the recipe. And it worked, not really. It tasted good. You know, we did eat them and they tasted good, but they weren't fluffy and puffy and all this, that and the other. And I said, right, I don't like throwing away my sourdough starter. I really don't. So I found another recipe by the same lady, which is sourdough discard rolls. So you use the discard, but you actually add a packet of yeast. Oh my goodness me, it's a life changer. So I've got the recipe here. I've printed it off for any of you that is interested that has a sourdough. And it is actually, I know her it's Lisa, that's it. It's Lisa by Farmhouse on Boone. Now she has a YouTube channel. That woman, everything she does with a sourdough, honestly. So, and I tell you what, I'll put up pictures now. These were the rolls. They were amazing. Absolutely amazing. They tasted so nice. And we got nice low-fat burgers. So there was no fattiness in it. And, oh my gosh, they were absolutely brilliant. They really were. So I will definitely be making this one again. So it's sourdough discard rolls by Lisa Bass. Okay, that is there you go. So take a screenshot of that and then put it in Google. It's there. Do you know what I mean? She will come up with the first one, I think, first or second anyway. And I started it in the morning and we ate them that night, which is even better, because if you do a sourdough rolls without the extra bit of yeast to help, it takes a couple of days. So just like my pizza base, you know what I mean? We had pizza at the weekend, and you know, because I just use the sourdough, I get it out on the Wednesday to warm up, and then I start him on the Thursday. He goes in the fridge. He stays out Thursday night, then he goes in the fridge Friday night, and then we cook with him Saturday. So it's a long process when you don't actually have that bit of boost. But I tell you what, these rolls, amazing. Highly recommend that. And I didn't change any of it, to be honest. I didn't change any of the recipe. Oh, and I haven't done it. I'm going to have to redo this. Oh, also as well, for us over here in the UK, there is a button on the page where you can actually change it to metric, where you can put it into grams if you don't want to use the cups and so on, because I think grams with things like this is a bit more precise. So I'm going to get the printer out and I'll reprint that actually. Yeah, so, and another thing is as well, she has here 2.5 cups or whatever grams, 100 and 200 whatever it is grams, of all-purpose flour. All-purpose flour is our plain, okay? There we go. Right then, so now we've got 2 more things and then I'll leave you in peace. So I've got 2 nices. I got the most brilliant, and I mean amazing, surprise in the post from my dear friend Jane. Hello darling. Hi Puzzle. Hi Rusty. All the way up in Scotland. Oh, what a surprise. I did not have a clue this was arriving. And Jane she is a knitter, a crocheter, a spinner. She's an all-rounder. But she's really loves her paper craft. And oh my goodness me, I've never had one of these before and I'm so excited. She made me this beautiful card first. Look at that. That is absolutely, look at it inside. It is all I know, it's brilliant, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant. And a beautiful letter from the 3 of them. And I say I've never had one of these before. That's so exciting. She made me a journal. Look at that, pumpkins. She said in the letter that she had this papers, and she just automatically thought of me. But oh, look at this. It is just amazing, honestly. Oh, look at that. I keep looking at it. Oh my gosh, and it's got all little compartments in it where you can, you know, where she's put in little cards, and it's just brilliant. Honestly, Jane, you are so clever. In here, there's more little papers. And oh, look at this, pages. Look at those. And then in here, look, little papers. And then you open this up. Look at that. Another little notebook. Oh my gosh, they're too good to draw on, aren't they? Write on. Oh, it's the Headless Horseman. See, I've gone through it. So look at that. Put that there. I'll show you. It's the Headless Horseman. Look, Sleepy Hollow. That's brilliant. You know how much I love that film. But honestly, it's just brilliant. It really is. And then there's that with more little tuck spots. I think that's what they call them, don't they? I just think it's amazing. It really, I just keep looking at it, and look at this. Look at that. That's just amazing. I know I keep saying it's amazing, but it is. It's amazing. But look, they're too good to write on now, aren't they? I'll treasure this so much, honestly. Jane, thank you so much. The hours and the work that must have gone into this. Oh, it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Also, she sent me, and I haven't got this one, here's an Agatha Christie book. The Killing at Kingfisher Hill. Oh, I'll be reading this one. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, honestly, it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So it's a new Poirot mystery. So Agatha Christie. So it's by Sophie Hannah, but honestly, I love it. And I can't wait to read that. Then, as I said, I popped round to Mishka on Thursday, and she said, oh no, we haven't seen each other, because obviously we were planning on seeing each other for my birthday, weren't we, weekend? But unfortunately my brother did what he did, bless his heart. And anyway, so everything's been postponed, but we were talking about we're definitely going out for our day trip. And she said, here you go, because I haven't seen you. She said, this is your Easter present. Honestly, this is so much fun. Look. I think that's really cool. Little Miss Crochet. Look at her. She's amazing. And inside, I've left it on my dresser. There's a beautiful glass jar with a bunny ears for the lid, and inside was all chocolate. Well, it is still chocolates in it, actually. I haven't eaten them all. I've had a couple. But honestly, this bag is just amazing. I love it so much. So thank you, sweetheart. Thank you so much. I love it. Right then, I think that's it for today. As I say, we've had a lot. I'm excited, and I mean excited to get the yarn and cast on these socks. I really am. So, but I say I haven't heard anything from you. Hopefully I will soon, so I can get them on the needles anyway. And yeah, so oh well. We'll just have to be patient. Okay then, right, so I'm gonna disappear now, so I will be back on Wednesday with what have you been up to Wednesday. So please take care, stay safe, as always, my lovelies. Happy crafting. Oh, hang on, before I finish, there was something else. Look at me notes. Right, now on YouTube, okay, there is this channel called Happy Little Stitch Shop. Now, she is also on Instagram and all that. She is an American shop, a quilt shop, okay. Now, she released, it was a live. Now, I don't normally watch lives, but I did watch this one. And if you actually put in new release party, Farmer's Daughter by Laurie Holt. So I know there's a lot of you out there that watch this channel that actually is Laurie Holt fan like I am. And they talk, I think it is actually for over 2 hours, I think it is. They show all of Laurie's new releases from, is it June or July, right up until February-ish time next year. Oh my goodness me. There is some cracking stuff that's hitting the US. So hopefully, well, I reckon they will. So Hot and the Stitchery at Dorset, they're the main two I go to. There is others out there in the UK, but they're my main two. Hopefully they'll be getting some in. Oh, Oak Apple, she's another one that's got Laurie Holt. And is it the Quilt Shop in here in the UK? They actually have a good selection of Laurie Holt, and I think, yeah, they think that's the 4 I know. But honestly, her launches are coming out. Oh, obviously, you know, the quilt kits and everything are just way out of you know, the price range. But oh, it's just brilliant. That's brilliant. One of her tape measures, I was looking actually, and I thought, oh, I'll get a tape measure of hers for my bag, my notions pouch, and then I didn't do it. Lucky I didn't, because is it on next year's or the end of this year? She's got launching one with a scarecrow on it. So that was meant to be, weren't it? That was meant to be. So I was waiting for them to hit the UK, and yeah, and I'll be definitely, well, I'll be getting a tape measure anyway. But honestly, her stuff is brilliant. Right then, I'll do it again. So please take care, stay safe. As always, my lovelies, happy crafting. Bye.